The Skinstructors Tip of the Week. Don't underestimate how powerful consistency is. Whether it's skincare, continuing education, or social media, small actions repeated over time always outperform big efforts done once in a while. So if you've been struggling to stay consistent with posting, showing up for clients, or even doing your own skincare routine, start small, but don't stop.
Welcome back to the Skinstructors. I'm Morgan.
And I'm Jolie, and this week we are doing another Q&A episode covering everything from skincare to business, education, and maybe even a few fun ones. The last Q&A episode that we did, we loved it. We had a lot of fun doing that, but you guys wanted to hear more from us. So thank you for sending in your questions.
Yeah, and I love that they're helping us steer the conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love it. Well, thank you so much for those who sent in your questions. Jolie, just been going back to the Skinstructors Tip of the Week. I need this. I needed that advice. I am so bad at getting down on myself with consistency. So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
I love that. All right, let's dig into our first question. So this is related to skincare and treatments. Jolie, what is your go-to post-treatment product for calming the skin down?
Can I mention two?
Of course.
Okay. My first one is a newer one, but it's quickly become my favorite, is Zio's Soothing Hydro Mist. I love it. I love it. It's amazing. I use it every day, not even just post-treatment. It's hydrating. It's soothing. It's redness reducing.
The list goes on.
I can't say enough about it. And then my second one is SkinCeuticals Phytocorrective Mask.
Love.
It is so soothing and hydrating. But what I really love about it, yes, it brings down that redness. So I like to use this post laser and it'll instantly bring down that redness, but it also cools down the skin by up to 5 degrees, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So it's just a really nice mask. You can sleep in it. It's gentle enough. I just love it.
Love it. Honestly, those are my two go-tos, but I have one more to add.
I know what you're going to say.
Okay, I kind of want to know what you think I'm going to say. What is that?
Hydrating cream.
No, but that one's really great. Jeez, Jolie. No, I have so many, honestly. I'm a little product junkie, but hydropeptide, collagen mask.
Yeah. So nice.
So nice. So when I was prepping for my wedding, I was doing microneedling, and I mean, this girl went ham. I was red and angry afterwards. And I would go home and slap on that hydrogel mask. And it's it's like Korean Beauty. It's thicker. It doesn't move. It just sticks to your face and you can literally go for a jog.
Yeah.
And it was summertime. So I would go outside and I'd do yard work with it on. And whatever, it's fine. My skin's protected through this mask. It's cool. But no, it cuts down on redness a lot.
I have tried that and it's incredible.
Love.
Okay, next question. How do you decide between a chemical peel or microneedling for pigmentation?
That's a tough one. I think it depends on the chemical peel and how bad your pigment is.
I agree.
Yeah. So yes, microneedling is going to help with some pigmentation. But if pigmentation is your main concern and you just want it to be gone yesterday, I'm gravitating towards chemical peels.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree with that.
Yeah. Now, would I do both of them?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So I would do one of them and then come back 4 weeks later and do the other one. Yeah. And just keep alternating.
Yep.
Love. All right. Is there such a thing as too much exfoliation during winter?
Yes and no. I think it depends on the condition your client's skin is in. Fair. If your client is presenting with compromised skin, they're looking tight and red and irritated, maybe a little flaky. They're saying everything that they use on their skin is stinging and burning. I'm not going to go hard with exfoliation. I'm going to introduce a gentle one to start, maybe a couple times a week, and then gradually build from there.
What are you picking?
Either exfoliating polish from ZO, because I do think it can be a little
okay.
gentle, or enzymatic peel from ZO, because I do love bromelain. It's like one of my favorite ingredients, just because it is anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it just kind of depends.
Yeah.
On the day for me.
I interrupted you. Sorry.
No, you're
Is
fine.
there anything? Nothing else?
But yeah, so really, like, that's going to be my deciding factor, is what condition is their skin in.
For sure.
For someone like me, I'm very oily all the time. I'm fine with more exfoliation in the winter. It doesn't really affect me too much to keep up with my normal exfoliation that I do in the summer.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like this question is stemming from, like, you think of winter, you've got dry skin and probably some flaking skin sitting on the surface. So naturally we're going to gravitate towards some exfoliants. And, while if you ask me what I'm doing with my skin, like, I'm exfoliating with all the things. Like, I'm just being honest. I have all the things. And, that works for me because I do have more of a normal to oily skin type, and that's fine. I don't have a compromised skin barrier, so I can do all the things.
And you have thicker skin too.
I do.
We both do.
Yeah. And I've conditioned my skin. I've tried all the products out there. I do the treatments. My skin is very, very healthy, and I can handle more exfoliation. And Julie, to your point, like, yeah, if you have compromised skin barrier, let's kind of ease into the exfoliation. So I do think there is there is such a thing as too much exfoliation, but if you're using the right stuff, you're fine.
Yeah.
Like, I think in the wintertime, like, get people on the glycolic acid, eat away at the dead skin cells, holding them together, and then using some kind of scrub, like polish is a great one, a couple times a week. That's really all you need.
Yeah. Another one, when you asked me which one did I choose, I actually also really love Exfoliation Accelerator from ZO because it has the glycolic and the lactic acid in it.
Yeah.
So it's just nice for the benefits of glycolic, but a little hydrating too.
Sure. Absolutely. Yes.
Next question. How do I set myself apart as a new esthetician?
I feel like we talked about this. So we, in a previous podcast episode, we were asked a similar question, or maybe we just brought it up, but finding either, I think the question was, do I fixate on like one focus, or do I do a lot, like all of the things? And I personally think that as a new esthetician, like, get your feet wet doing all of the things so you can attract your clientele, and then you can kind of zone in on what you're most passionate about. Unless you're like, I absolutely don't want to do Brazilians. Like, I get it. I get it. Waxing's not for everybody, but I think it does build a clientele to be a little more well-rounded.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Okay, how about the next question? Again, this is about business and career topics. So, Julie, when should I raise my prices?
Yeah, that's a great question. I feel like when I had did it in the past, and when I see a lot of people doing it, is usually in the beginning of the year, between that January and March time, post holiday, things like that. I never wanted to do it right before the holidays, personally, but yeah, usually around then.
Okay.
How about you? What do you think?
I like that. I think that's one reason to raise your prices is like, okay, last year, like all of my vendors raised their prices. I got to make up the difference, and I'm going to do this blanket price increase at the beginning of the year. That's fine. Also, you need to raise your prices when your utilization and your request percent and your rebook and your retail, all of the things are at a level that demands it.
Yeah.
So you are 80 to 100% booked all the time. You're struggling to get people in. Your request percent is through the roof. And it's supply and demand. Like, you only have so much schedule to fit people in. Like, charge more.
And if you're having this request percentage of 70, 80, 90%, your clients aren't going to be upset. Mm-hmm. You might have a couple in the bunch that might give a little bit of feedback, but truthfully, most of those clients are not going to be upset. And what I've experienced in the past is clients literally saying, good, you deserve more.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I've
absolutely.
truly had feedback like that before.
Yeah. And on the note of, when you do have that utilization and that request percent, when you are having a hard time getting your clients in the door, you can, I don't want to say you can demand, but you can tell your client exactly what they need and they are going to listen to you. Like, you don't have a 90% request percent of clients who aren't going to listen to you. Like,
I agree.
tell them what they need in their skin, products, what services they should be doing, and they're going to listen. Do not hesitate to educate, guys.
Absolutely. All right, next question. What's one thing that you wish you knew when you first started?
I think the one thing that has been most surprising, and I wish I had a little more clarity on when I started, maybe when I was like in SC school or right out of SC school, is all of the different opportunities that you have in this industry.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
You don't have to be in a treatment room if you don't want to. You can be a manager. You can go into education. You can be a sales rep. You can do so many different things in this industry. And take it from me, like, I've done a lot of them.
She has.
And I've learned a lot of lessons along the way. And, don't feel like you're locked in to one thing.
Yeah, I agree.
What about you?
I wish while I was in school, I did have a lot of downtime. I was in a night class, so we weren't crazy busy with appointments. And I wish I would have taken more of that opportunity to research exactly what I could do for my clients in the treatment room. And what I mean by that is, I can offer peels and things like that, but I wasn't sure about, for a while, if I could offer facial cupping, microcurrent, LED. Like, that was something that I felt was very gray area for me when I first graduated.
It's still kind of gray area.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Right. True. So I wish that I would have just used my downtime a little bit better in school to research more. I feel like.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, use your time wisely. It's your time.
Yeah.
Use it wisely. Like, are you learning and growing and becoming a better person by spending all your time watching reels on Instagram?
Right.
No. The answer is no.
Right. Absolutely.
I don't know what kind of algorithm you have, but if I'm spending all my time watching my reels, I'm not growing.
No, I know. Tell me about it.
I'm laughing, which of course there's a time and place, but okay. So how about continuing education and growth? So the next few questions are related to that.
Okay.
Julie, how do you pick which classes or certifications are worth it?
I think there's a few different things. First is deciding on what do you want to learn. Mm-hmm. Don't take a lash extension class just because all the SDs in your class want to take a lash extension class. So you feel like you should do that too. Guilty. Because you're going to end up hating it if that's not something that you wanted to do. And I did, and I wasted money doing that. So make sure, one, it's something that you truly are interested in and want to offer to your clients. And then second is research the facilities or the programs that you want to possibly take. Get some feedback from people that have been there before. Do a little research on maybe the educator or their credentials, and things like that. I wouldn't, sign up for the first class that you see in your Instagram Explore page. Do a little research first, and I think you're going to be a lot happier in the long run. I know a few years ago in Ohio, there was a pretty big deal about getting scammed out of your continuing education classes.
Interesting.
There's a lot of scams going on. So just be mindful and do your research.
Yeah, I love that. I think I would add to do some market research too.
Yeah.
If you're getting feedback from your clients or you're getting a bunch of information about a particular service, something that's new and exciting that keeps popping up and you keep hearing about, do some research on it. Make sure it's legit, of course.
Great point.
And then if it's something that you're like, wow, that actually seems really interesting, invest in it.
Yeah.
Because your clients are asking for it.
Absolutely.
Love that.
Great point. Okay, Morgan, what are your favorite advanced training resources right now?
Ooh, honestly, I am digging in hard into business classes right now. I know it's not like technically related to a practicing esthetician, but I'm learning a lot about communication. So I have a subscription to HBR, which is Harvard Business Review, and I am in there frequently looking for news articles. I'm reading the magazine. I'm sharing it with my team, and I think that's my hyperfixation right now.
I love that.
It's a healthy one. It's fine.
And if you haven't noticed, most of this episode, she's always given a business side of her
It's
answers.
true.
So yeah, you can definitely tell that's like in the front of your head.
It's true. What about you?
For me, this year I had worked on a course for educators.
Ooh,
and
yeah,
it was
that's a good one.
it was through Milady. So some schools offer that as like their course curriculum.
Yeah.
But they actually offered an advanced training course for educators, and I really loved it. I took a lot away from it. When you're an educator or going to be an educator for a beauty school, you don't get a ton of training on like how to teach or how to run a classroom.
They're like, you have a license.
Yep.
Get your ass in the-
Aesthetics.
Get your ass in the classroom and teach.
And come up with your own lessons. Yeah. And so I loved it. It was really great. It talks about the different learning styles and things like that. And then another one that I did this year was get my NCEA, which that can be for all estheticians. And I highly recommend looking into that and getting that extra certification for yourself.
I love that. All right, Jolie, how do you stay motivated to keep learning after you've been in the industry for years?
Yeah, great question. I think sometimes you can feel a little overwhelmed or maybe even a little burnout because there's always something new to come out and there's always something changing and evolving. So I think really focusing on not only things that your clients are asking about, but things that you truly do love and maybe kind of diving back into that or honing in on that. And also sometimes it's just nice to kind of refresh yourself and go back to the basics and refresh yourself on that. And I found when I do that, I get a little bit more inspired again. And it can be something as simple as like regimen building for my clients or going back to what I learned in school about skin histology and what's going on in those layers of the skin. Like sometimes when I just kind of refresh myself on that, I feel a little bit better and less burnout.
Yeah, I love that.
'Cause it's familiar.
I want to add that, you're going to find things that are very interesting to you and lean in on that. If there's ever a moment, and I would say not just like a fleeting moment where you have a day where you're just burnt out and you're like, I don't possibly want to think about anything skin related.
Yeah.
If that conversation, that dialogue is happening in your brain for far too long, it is time to move on. It
Yeah.
is time to move on
I
because
agree.
this industry is always changing. There's always something to learn. And if you're sitting there and you're like, I don't care. I know what I know. And I couldn't possibly grow anymore in this industry. First of all, you're wrong. And you need to check yourself. I'm having a real life moment here. Like
Yeah.
this is mom telling you, like you need to check
Yeah.
yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So there I just want everyone in this industry to continue to stay motivated because it's such an exciting industry and I love it so much.
I know. I agree.
And it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Okay. So now getting into some just for fun questions.
Okay.
If you could only use one skincare product for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I mean, I think every esthetician out there wants me to say SPF, right?
Probably. I'm not going to say that though.
I mean, obviously I would have to wear SPF, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. But when I open up my medicine cabinet and I look at all 3 shelves and cabinets of my skincare, it is not the SPF that gets me excited to reach for and be like, I cannot wait to put this sunscreen on. Like,
Yeah.
that's not it. It is anything that's exfoliating, honestly.
Yes.
Like, I just want to exfoliate I
Yeah.
want to scrub my face off.
Yep.
Like,
Me
all
too.
the skin. Just take it off.
It's my favorite thing to
Scrub,
do.
scrub, scrub.
Yep. Exfoliate, an enzyme. Yeah. I want one of those things so bad.
Yeah. So I guess it's
Yeah.
not a specific product, but it's a category.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
It's
same
my
here.
exfoliant. That's funny. All right, Julie, what's one skincare trend that needs to disappear forever?
Beef tallow.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. Just save it for your cooking. Save it for your meals. Don't put it on your face, especially if you're acne prone. Just move on
Yeah.
from it. Save it for your meals. I saw Steak and Shake has a big billboard on Morse Road
They
going to
do.
Easton, and it says beef tallow fries. Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's it.
Keep it
Those
there.
fries are great.
Yeah, they're delicious.
Not good for your face.
Crispy.
Well,
How about you?
In that same realm, I think just DIY skincare needs to go away.
Yeah.
Like, how about, crazy thought here, how about we really lean in on cosmetic chemists who went to school
Yeah.
to develop products for our skin?
I know.
Let's just, I don't know, crazy thought.
I know.
Let's
Tell
try
me
it.
about it. Tell me about it.
I'm all for that.
All right, last question. What is your guilty pleasure after a long day at the spa?
Taking my bra off. Is that it?
Sure, absolutely.
That's not a guilty pleasure. That's just what we do. No, I love a little self-care day for
Yeah.
me. And I kind of hate myself for saying that because I don't think that self-care, whether it's going to get a massage or an adjustment at the chiropractor or getting your nails done, I don't think that should be a reward for having a long day at working.
Yeah,
But unfortunately, that's where I'm at in my life.
I totally get it.
Yeah.
Mine's similar to that because I, like, personally, my routine, my Friday night routine after a long week at work is I come home, I take a long hot shower, and then I love to do a face mask, maybe my LED mask, and I put on Grey's Anatomy and I order takeout.
I love that.
And I enjoy my night, and it's my favorite part
You
of
have
my
like
week.
a whole routine.
No, I have a
I
Friday
love
night
that.
regimen. Yeah,
Okay, I need that. I
It's
need to develop
my
that.
favorite day of the week.
All right, that's my homework assignment
So, yes, it
for
is.
this week.
Yes. But actually, your homework this week is to ask your clients one new question during their appointment. This can be something that helps you learn more about their habits, their skin goals, or their lifestyle, and you might be surprised what you uncover when you get curious. Such as you might learn to find out that your client actually works construction. This really happened to me. I had a client like this.
Okay.
And it made so much sense as to why her skin was looking a little bit chapped or a little bit dehydrated all the time, because this was in the winter when I found this out, and here her job was construction and I didn't even realize that.
I love that. Did you just ask, what do you do for work?
Yeah, I don't know. This is maybe my third appointment with her. So she was a newer client, but I don't know if I just never thought to ask her or what. And I asked her and she goes, oh, I work construction. So I'm outside all day, every day. And I was like, oh, this totally makes sense.
I love that. No, I think that's great. Asking one simple question, just pick something and ask all of your clients. And I think you're going to really uncover a lot this week.
Absolutely.
I love that. All right. So that is all for today's episode. Thank you again for tuning in and submitting your questions.
Yes. And if you've been enjoying the podcast, please follow us on Instagram at SD Training. Give us a rating or review, and feel free to send us some questions for our next Q&A. And remember, don't hesitate to educate.